investors. Today on Stocks to Watch, we're highlighting Ecolomondo Corporation, trading on the TSX Venture Exchange under ECM and over the counter in the United States as ECLMF. Ecolomondo is an advanced clean technology company and an early mover in the recovered carbon black market, serving a rapidly growing circular economy. And I am pleased to be joined today by Eliot Sorella, Executive Chairman of Ecolomondo. It is always such a pleasure to have you on the show, Eliot. Welcome.
Well, Ashley, as usual, it's always an honor, and I enjoy working with you.
Yes, Eliot, always such a pleasure to have you. So I think I'd like to kick things off around market opportunity and positioning. How large would you say is the addressable recovered carbon black market in North America and Europe today? And as the original equipment manufacturer or OEM qualification accelerates, where would you say you see the most immediate supply gaps or pricing leverage for the company?
Well, the recovered carbon black on a global scale, in Europe, it's much more advanced because there's more players in our industry, and some of them are gaining momentum. You have some third world countries that are filling some of the gap, but in North America, the market is expanding, but the supply is very, very small. So as we began to produce our recovered carbon black, we saw a tremendous amount of demand. And so far, every pound that we're producing, we're selling it. It goes out the door as soon as we have it. So we're quite fortunate. The market will keep expanding as population expands. Companies are also looking to mitigate a little bit their costs because everything is costing so much today. And on top of that, it's a question of logistics. They might not get eventually the virgin carbon black when they need it. So it's a good bet for them to start investing in the recovered carbon black industry. And I believe North America will be probably one of the front runners in the future.
As your company is gaining a lot of attention, you mentioned the word momentum. And, I understand that the Hawkesbury facilities recently achieved a higher output, including multiple thermodecomposition process batches in one single day. So great news there. Can you walk us through sort of recent trends in production and revenue in which KPIs best indicate the plant is nearing steady state operations? Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Well, since July, we've been producing regular carbon black and selling it. To date, we've sold over 24 truckloads of recovered carbon black, and we're definitely gaining momentum as we're going along. When you're producing more carbon black, you're also shredding more tires and you're doing more batches, and you have to produce the carbon black to produce it. So the KPIs are achieved simply by the process itself. The more you produce, the more carbon black you make, the more oil you make, the more tipping fees you make, the more steel you make. So it all translates into higher sales. One of the major KPIs that we need to achieve on a continual basis, because you can produce waste and make waste. One of the key components that we have to achieve is we have to keep the products that we produce of good quality and consistency. And we achieve those thresholds, and so those have been our goals, and we've achieved. Right now, the only thing we're doing is improving efficiency and producing more and more and more as we're going along.
So I'd really like to kind of dovetail on the whole delivery that you're talking about. So if I'm hearing you correctly, it's 24 truckloads in just under 6 months. Am I right?
Correct. Don't forget, actually, previous to the month of July, we weren't shipping any carbon black.
Amazing. So these
You
These
know,
deliveries, are they repeat deliveries? And what are the customers saying for it? How close are these relationships, would you say?
well, we have very strong relationships with all our off takers. Every
Mm.
single one of our off takers, not only for the carbon black, but for the oil, the steel, are all multinational companies. They're some of them are the top in their industry. So we have sold most of the carbon black so far to one of the off takers, major company. And we also are going to be selling very soon because our product has been approved by another off-taker that produces carbon master batch. So
Mm.
we're selling right now to the two largest, our carbon black, to the two largest master batch companies in North America.
And so, I think moving on the path to productivity, as obviously this production continues to ramp up at the Hawkesbury facility, when do you expect it to really, I guess, start paying for itself? And what are the two or three biggest factors that'll determine that timing, would you say?
Well, if you look at just our recent events, right? We're doing more batches, we're training more people, we're doing more dual batches. So we're in the midst of it.
Mm.
Okay. So we're actually gaining this momentum translates into a faster pace ramp up. So we hope to soon get to the point where we're covering our burn and eventually start making positive EBITDA. So this is our game plan. It took a long time for us to get to where we are, but now I believe that nothing will stop us from achieving the goals that we need to achieve.
Love to hear that. Let's move on to your facility in Shamrock, Texas. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we dive deeper?
Well, Shamrock, Shamrock is ready to be built.
Hmm.
Okay, we have the bond, and we have the land built. The infrastructures are in. We have the feedstock. The only thing that's left is to break ground.
Mm.
Okay, so as we're gaining the momentum here at our Hawkesbury plant, we're also shifting a little bit of our focus to Shamrock,
Hmm.
keeping in mind that we now have a deal with a joint venture partner in Europe for 4 plants, and we have other interests also. So we're taking it one step at a time, and we need to because these plants take a lot of capital, to build. So if you want to build them efficiently,
Hmm.
so the Shamrock plant is going to be an easier thing for us because we've de-risked everything that our whole process in Hawkesbury.
So let's talk about, sort of shareholder value in the long term when it comes to both Hawkesbury and Shamrock. And do you have any sort of timelines for when you will be breaking ground there in Texas?
Well, we're hoping to break ground in 2026.
Mm.
Okay, so what we need is first of all to make sure that Hawkesbury is ramped up, so we get a lot of credibility. I personally did not want to embark on this breaking ground on a second uh, plant until we had debugged the first one.
Mm.
Now that I feel I've gotten to the comfort level where I believe we have achieved all those that threshold, I think we can move forward on the Texas plant.
So, what really excites you most about this and this expansion with the company?
Ashley, every time I walk into the Hawkesbury plant and I see you got waste coming in
Hmm.
and you got product going out, it's mind-boggling, to be able to achieve that threshold of taking waste, producing recoverable products that can be reused by industry. You know, It's truly sustainable. And if we achieve, not if, when we achieve this, okay, when it comes to recovered carbon black, we're going to be taking care of a tire problem, which tires plague North America and the world. Okay, we're going to be producing products that will achieve a certain sustainability for the planet, especially in recovered carbon black, because tire companies are still going to manufacture more tires. You know, we're still going to be making more master batch. Population is expanding. So for me, it's incredible to see the achievements that we've made in Hawkesbury, and to rebuild these plants all over the world. For me, is very satisfying and very gratifying.
As it should be. Your commitment to environmental sustainability is certainly admirable, Eliot. So finally, I will ask, for those listening and watching us right now, what would you say are, three big reasons why they should consider investing in Ecolomondo right now?
Well, it's very simple. Our technology is proven. We're producing carbon black or quality products on a consistent basis. Okay. And the company overall is serving a purpose.
I really like that. The company overall serving a purpose. And I will say, nothing's going to stop you. I like how you said that, Eliot. And I so appreciate your time today.
Ashley, tenacity is important for me. Nothing comes easy in life.
That's why you and I get along so well. Eliot Sorella, Executive Chairman of Ecolomondo Corporation, thank you again. The company trades on the TSXV as ECM and the OTCQB in the United States as ECLMF, a clean technology stock to watch as demand for sustainable industrial materials continues to grow. Thanks again, Eliot. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Ashley.